Hello and welcome to Spokane County Spotlight. I'm Commissioner Al French, and my guests today are Lindsey Soffes, who is the director of our Spokane County Regional Animal Protection Service, and Sherry Skandalis from SCRAPS, Hope Foundation's Board of Directors. Ladies, thank you and welcome to our program today. Today, the topic of our program is all about animal control and protection efforts in our community. And I can't think of anyone better to join us to discuss this topic than Lindsey and Sherry. So before we get started, Lindsey, for a brief, give us a little brief overview of yourself and your background.
Thank you for having me. I am the new director of the Spokane County Regional Animal Protection Service, or SCRAPS. Prior to taking this role, I served as the Shelter Operations Manager for SCRAPS for the better part of a year. I am really excited to be in this position because it directly serves the reason that I entered this field several years ago. I believe firmly that our treatment of and care for companion and other animals is a critical but often undervalued social justice cause. And working at this progressive organization allows me to really dig in and serve the interests of our community. We look at so much of the work we do through a community lens, and I transitioned out of the legal field to be on the forefront of community service, and being here with you today and being in my role allows me to do that.
Terrific. So now tell us, what is SCRAPS and what are the primary duties as the director of the organization do you have?
Yep. As you mentioned, Commissioner French, SCRAPS stands for Spokane County Regional Animal Protection Service. And as our agency's name implies, we provide animal protection and enforcement services to upwards of 98% of Spokane County. We have deputized animal protection officers who respond to thousands of calls from community members each year, and they address concerns ranging from the treatment of animals to dangerous animals. And our brick and mortar shelter houses and provides a safe landing place for over 10,000 dogs, cats, and small animals who find themselves lost, homeless, or in need of care each year. As the director, I really view my role as ensuring that we are providing progressive, sustainable, responsive, and efficient services in benefit of both our human and non-human populations.
Very good. So Sherry, could you give us an overview of your background and your role as the SCRAPS Hope Foundation's Fund Development Chair?
I have been involved with SCRAPS for a number of years. And I'm now on the SCRAPS board as well. And the SCRAPS Hope Foundation is a nonprofit 501c3 that endeavors to raise funds for SCRAPS for life-saving programs. The Hope Foundation makes possible the undertaking of veterinary costs as well as behavioral training and animal rescue transportation. These are critical programs that SCRAPS wouldn't be able to continue without the foundation's financial support. We want the community to understand that there is a distinction between SCRAPS and the Hope Foundation. However, we have the same mission and the same goal, and we are here to specifically support SCRAPS. This year, our hope is to raise $400,000 to support SCRAPS and the operation of their in-house veterinary clinic. We ask anybody that might be interested in supporting, our cause to look for us at scrapshopefoundation.org.
Well, and your organization brings some really valuable assets and support for the efforts of SCRAP. And so thank you for all of the work that you do and the leadership that you provide for the organization. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
Lindsey, I'm sure like all of our jobs, a lot has changed over the years. And I'm sure that many people in our audience might be conjuring up images of the old dog catcher, but what is animal protection of the 21st century really look like?
This is such a great question, Commissioner French. We certainly hear SCRAPS erroneously described as the pound and our officers as dog catchers regularly, but we rarely get an opportunity to counter. So thank you for the opportunity. At its inception, animal enforcement really took on an animal control label, and it elevated the interests of protecting humans from animals. What got lost in the work that we're doing today are the interests of those animals that were undervalued or really discounted. Many of the progressive efforts around the country and what we're doing at SCRAPS is changing that model from one of animal control to animal protection. The idea being that we serve both the human and non-human communities, and that both can benefit from the enforcement of protective laws and the granting of community services. We understand at SCRAPS that the name animal protection comes with it the idea that practices change. And we are working very hard to align all of our models with that particular moniker. So at the end of April, one of our animal protection officers will be undertaking a Maddie's Fund apprenticeship that looks at how field services has changed progressively over the years to position animal protection officers as community advocates, how best we can implement that here. But as we sit here today, we really are looking at our mission, looking at the needs of our community, and trying continually to identify the best, most efficient ways to address the issues that face us. And we do that largely through human education, the alleviation of dangers that exist, the provision of services to our pet guardians, and that could include our free pet food bank and our free microchipping services, and then the securing of life-affirming outcomes for the companion animals who find themselves in the county's care.
So Lindsey, in your experience, how does Spokane County region rank in the level of engagement you're seeing among the community and stakeholders in the city and the county?
Yeah, our community holds so much promise. We still have work to do as a collective to understand that we cannot rightly serve either the human population or the non-human population without rightly serving the other, such that, humane and beneficial animal protection services can't really exist in the absence of engaged and modern animal sheltering practices, but we are making tremendous progress. The generosity of our community and their willingness, the willingness of our citizens to work side by side with us, to adopt, to volunteer, to donate, is allowing us to positively impact thousands of lives in our county every year, and we are so excited about our future potential.
Terrific. So can you give us an inside perspective of something I know you've been working very hard on, and that is getting people to renew their pet licenses?
Absolutely. Most of the community members that I speak with aren't aware that SCRAPS doesn't directly receive taxpayer funding, such that about a quarter of our budget stems from pet licensing revenue. And it really follows for us that licensing our cats and dogs not only honors the law and provides a layer of protection should they ever become lost, but it also allows us as a community to provide access to resources and services to the 10,000 animals who enter our shelter every year. So we always advise folks that by licensing, you're not only helping your own companions, your own family members, but you're helping those who aren't fortunate enough to have a loving home of their own yet. We can tell our community that we are very excited that we will be seeing changes to our licensing program coming the second half of February, and then really full scale in March. As part of those changes, we'll be having a much more robust online licensing portal. And animal pet licensing will be accompanied by new perks, such as animal supply gift cards and comprehensive lost pet assistance. We will also have fabulously stylish new pet license tags that will look good on anyone.
Yes. So can you tell us a little bit about the support that you get from the community partners as well as the businesses in the area?
Absolutely, Commissioner French. I'm going to turn part of this question over to Sherry to discuss, because truly through the Hope Foundation's work, we have been the benefactor of a tremendous amount of goodwill on the part of our local businesses and community groups. From the municipal aspect, we really are incredibly fortunate to operate in a jurisdiction whereby we have local businesses willing to engage with us by donating goods and services and volunteering their time. We have tremendous gratitude for our media partners, including KHQ and CREM, who come and allow us to feature certain aspects of our work, certain animals in our care. And we are tremendously grateful also to all of the folks in the community who operate in the capacity of animal welfare for rescues or fosters or volunteers. So we really do work in a very blessed area in that respect. And I know that Sherry can expand on that from the Hope Foundation's perspective.
Our board is going into kind of a new direction. And for example, this year we won't be having the Chocolate Festival. We're looking more so to partner, continue to partner, with businesses and corporations in our community to bring in the resources that we need for our community's animals. One of the partnerships that we're really excited about is with KHQ. We are the beneficiary of the Northwest Pet Expo that's coming up this spring, March 30th, down at the fairgrounds. We have an amazing partnership with Toyota, and we're also have a kind of a new concept that is in the works right now called HELP, and we hope everybody watches out for that.
Very good. So what has been the most significant accomplishment for our region's animal protection services since you've been in this position?
I would say definitely achieving a 94% save rate in 2018. In partnership with our community members and our rescue partners, veterinary partners, and the SCRAPS Hope Foundation, SCRAPS secured life-affirming outcomes and placements for 94% of the 10,084 dogs, cats, and small animals who entered our shelter in 2018. That was about a 1,000 animal increase from the previous year. And in that same period of time, our canine live release rate jumped 2 percentage points, and our feline live release rate jumped 14 percentage points as compared to 2017. We as a community should be incredibly proud of the work that we've done, because with the reflection of our work in 2018, we've rendered Spokane County one of the safest areas in which to find yourself a homeless or mistreated animal. And we did it in less than 1 year of working together.
So SCRAPS has been in a new building for a little bit of time now. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we know how fortunate we are to work out of 6815 East Trent. The move to this building preceded my time with SCRAPS, but I can absolutely appreciate how game-changing it was. Our facility provides us with the space to house and serve the needs of various animal populations with equally various needs. It provides a really beautiful and comfortable space for members of our community to visit our facility or engage with us in a volunteer capacity. And we are also very fortunate to have outdoor space that allows us to be progressive in our enrichment efforts. So last year, we built a working cat bungalow that allows for communal and relatively outdoor living for unsocialized kitties awaiting placement. And this year, one of our big projects will be using some of our land out back to create a safe space for large dog playgroups in benefit of the many pups who come to us.
So you also have now an in-house vet. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. We can't understate how exciting this is for us and how important this is to the work that we do. I would tell you that a majority of the animals who find themselves with us are in need of veterinary care. And prior to the first quarter of 2017, we had to organize all of our vet exams, our treatments, and our surgeries off-site. We were incredibly grateful for the support of our veterinary community, but the need to outsource all of our efforts not only reduced our capacity, but also increased the stress on our animals and the bandwidth for our community at large. So now, with the help of the ASPCA and the SCRAPS Hope Foundation, we're able to operate an on-site veterinary clinic that serves all of our shelter animals. And this has really increased the consistency and efficiency of our animal medical services, and thereby directly helped us save more lives.
So where can people go to learn more about all of the great work that SCRAPS has been doing?
Yeah, we are in the process of revitalizing and updating information on our website, which you can find at www.spokanecounty.org/SCRAPS. And we also advise folks that they may be interested in following us on Facebook and Instagram, where we post regularly about goings-on and opportunities for involvement.
So are there any nationwide trends that you're seeing that are now present here in Spokane region, or things that you've been implementing?
Absolutely. Most notably, really, is the desire by our members, our community members, that our local shelter adheres to a quote-unquote no-kill ideology, meaning that the life of an animal is not ended for reasons other than mercy or public safety. Community members ask us about our euthanasia policies multiple times per week, and we see that many folks become interested in working with us, be it either by trapping community cats or bringing stray animals to us, volunteering or fostering, donating, or visiting our facility because they don't worry about the fate of the animals when they leave.
So what can members of the community do to help with the mission of SCRAPS?
Yeah, we really are a true community organization, and the community facilitates our work in just about every way. There really is a way to get involved for anyone with a heart and interest in this cause. To get involved, we ask folks to consider adopting their next companion animal. Volunteering, free dog kisses and cat cuddles is never a bad thing. Folks can also donate to our animals and our folks, our community members, from their home by fostering for us. And we also tell folks that donating goods or funds to either SCRAPS or the Hope Foundation is invaluable. Finally, we tell folks that licensing your companion animals does a tremendous amount to allow us to do the work that we do. We always encourage folks that if they're interested but don't know where to get started or don't know how best they can pursue their interests in tandem with our mission, to please just reach out to us. Both my and our volunteer coordinators' email address is available on our website.
Terrific. So tell me a little bit about the wonderful work that the volunteers have been doing for SCRAPS here.
Oh, I would love to. I have the utmost respect and gratitude for this generous and caring group of people. SCRAPS benefits from the work and support of about 600 active volunteers at any one time. And these folks work side by side with our staff in every department other than enforcement. They provide life-saving critical care to the animals we have. They help us with administration. They stock and procure supplies for us. They help really execute every aspect of what we do and everything in between. And so we have the utmost gratitude, and I think our whole community is entirely indebted to them. We ask folks to consider getting involved in any capacity that they're interested. And right now, we are particularly looking to recruit folks interested in working with our dogs. Our dog program is looking to make some significant changes in the coming year, such that anyone interested in coming and spending time with our pups will find that they are on the cusp of really exciting changes.
So what do you see as the most significant challenge facing you as an organization?
Yeah, I think the same challenge that faces most community service agencies, the disparity between community need and available resources. We are doing a tremendous amount with the resources we have, but we're not yet able to provide all of the needs or to meet all of the needs that our human and non-human populations have. That being said, we're working really harder and smarter every day, and we have nothing but excitement for the future.
So Sherry, you're here on behalf of SCRAPS Hope Foundation. So could you please describe the foundation's work and the partnership that you have with SCRAPS?
The foundation was established a few years ago by the previous director, Nancy Hill, when there became this need and this opportunity to provide more services, at our animal control shelter. And one of the ways that I had endeavored to support the shelter is by starting an animal sanctuary where we were able to receive large and small animals that they would need placement for as well. But my heart has always been with my shelter, and so when I had the opportunity to be on the Hope Foundation board, I didn't hesitate to jump right in. And this year, our ideas and our goals are bigger than ever. We have a whole new board, and we will go the 11th mile to help support the work that SCRAPS is doing. And
Absolutely, and from our perspective at SCRAPS, so much of the work that we're doing and so many of the new programs that we're able to implement are thanks to the partnership we have with the SCRAPS Hope Foundation. The Hope Foundation has funded for us efforts as varied as transporting animals in need outside of our region to safe landing places where they can have their special needs met, to directly providing veterinary care for the animals in Spokane County who need our help. So it's true that without the SCRAPS Hope Foundation's partnership, SCRAPS's offerings would not be as robust and adaptive as they are today.
I know the community is very blessed to have an organization like yours and support for what you do for the SCRAPS organization and also for the animals in our community. And speaking of that, I think we have a special guest that is joining us.
Yes, we
You
do.
want to talk a little bit about that?
I would love to. I would love to introduce you to this amazing dude. This is Beck. Beck decided to join us today because he is representative of so much of the work and efforts that we are focusing on today. This gentleman came to us as a stray who was injured. He is an intact, unclaimed kitty. Cats represent about 2/3 of the animals who come into Scraps in any one year. He is also, hi bud, it's okay. He is also
Camera shy.
a little bit. This is his big moment. This guy also came to us in need of medical care. So he has a significant ulcer on one of his eyes that could be the result of either an injury or an untreated infection. Thanks to the Scraps Hope Foundation, this boy is receiving the care that he needs and will likely be able to retain some vision and his eye in its entirety. He also represents for us opportunities for community involvement. So Beck is benefiting greatly from not being in the shelter. He's in a foster home where he gets to kind of kick back and relax while he recovers. So this boy right now is just a really great poster child for a lot of what we have going on.
Oh, outstanding. So if anybody's interested in adopting one of these pets, how would they go about doing that?
Yep, great question, because who wouldn't be? I mean, this face is unbelievable. They can email us anytime at scrapsrescue@SpokaneCounty.org, or they can visit us in person anytime.
Terrific and stuff. So we're approaching the end of the show, and so our last few minutes, is there any last messages you'd like to leave with our audience?
Yes, I would like to say thank you, firstly, for having us here today, and thank you to the community at large for everything that they have done to help us get to where we are today and to help us do more in the future. You know, we truly are a community organization. Our success is the community's success. And so we just ask folks, if they have it in their heart and in their time, to donate a piece of themselves to our cause, to please come and see what we're doing today, and really recognize just how tremendous of a difference, a life-changing difference you can make for people and animals by just giving a little bit back.
Sherry, any thoughts that you have about anything you'd like to leave with the audience?
Again, thank you for having us.
Well, you
And if folks would like to help us in our endeavors to support little guys like Beck, please go to our website, scrapshopefoundation.org, or look for us on Facebook as well. Their donations directly save lives like this little guy.
Well, and I like the term adopt a pet, because when you're adopting a pet, you are adopting a new member of your family.
Yes.
And they are very much part of the family. I know that I used to breed basset hounds for a long time, and really enjoyed the happiness and that they brought to families that would come and get the new puppies. And interestingly enough, just tomorrow morning, my grandson and I are going to be picking up a new golden doodle for him. So it's going to be a fun moment. He's been excited about this and stuff, so it'll be a special time for us and stuff. So.
Wonderful.
Lindsey and Sherry, I've enjoyed our discussion, and I think our viewers have too, but I'm afraid that we've run out of time. So I'd like to thank my guest, Lindsey Soffes from Scraps, and Sherry Skandalis from Scraps Hope Foundation for joining us here today. As a reminder, a video of today's Spotlight can be accessed on Spokane County homepage and on our Spokane County YouTube channel. I'd also like to remind our audience that Spokane County has a mobile app, Spokane County On the Go. The app can be downloaded for all Apple and Android devices. For more information, visit our webpage at www.spokanecounty.org. I'm County Commissioner Al French. Thank you for joining us today on Spokane County Spotlight.